so much, Oliver. I'm here to share the testimonies of Gerturde Uwamariya. She's also a survivor of the atrocities in Congo. And she hasn't been able to be with us today because she's still have the fear and the trauma of what she experienced. She also told me in her words, she said, I hope you can represent my worries because I feel I'm still angry and I'm not ready to kind of go out and talk about what I've gone through. I still need strength. And also she said, you should understand, I still have family back in Rwanda. I fear for their lives. So I'm happy to share what I went through, and also hopefully that one day my people or all the people I've lost could get justice. So this is what she said. What I saw in 1996 and to 1997 in Zaire, which is now DRC, I sometimes feel terrified to talk about it because the more I talk about it, the more it hurts me. And when I remember that the people responsible for that don't even feel ashamed of saying it in public meetings, it almost kills me. I saw a lot, and a lot of bodies of all sorts of people, babies, children, pregnant women, young and old people. I can't even estimate the numbers. In each camp I lived in, from Kashusha near Bukavu to Kasese near Kisangani, where we were living because Rwandese soldiers arrived there and started shooting on us. The major killing I really witnessed was the one of the bridge Rubutu near Tingitingi, the one near Biaro camp as well. On that bridge, Rubutu people were being shot and others were forced to jump in the river trying to save their lives, but few survived. The other killings near Biaro camp, people were forced to move from Kasese. They walked them towards the Biaro camp. The Biaro camp was also forced out, and both two camps were put together and took road, being told that they were going back in Rwanda by foot. And we would get there in just 3 days, which was almost impossible. But we didn't know what they meant until they shot on us, and we understood that they meant 3 days in a Christian Bible, which means Jesus and resurrection. They were shooting. People were very scared. Nobody stayed in camp. The sick people or people who didn't want to go were all killed promptly. In a street, we were a big crowd, which caused a big traffic. RPF soldiers were walking with us, and they were beating people all the way long. Surprisingly though, not all of them were bad, because some of them were telling some of us secretly to leave the road and walk in the forest if we can. But they were not explaining why, and people could not understand, so nobody left. We kept walking just like lambs going to be slaughtered. Then suddenly, when we reached the forest, the crowd stopped moving, and we could see smoke from the front crowd, and when we asked, we were told to sit and rest. Soldiers were chatting to each other, which made us suspicious and very scared. So they went and surrounded the road. Then we saw others coming with heavy weapons. Nobody was allowed to go beyond the road. Then after a few minutes, they started shooting on us. Running away wasn't easy. People's bodies were falling on top of others. They even followed us in the forest and continued to kill the survivors. After 3 weeks, when we heard that UN was in Biaro camp, we went back there. Still, they were still coming to get people to kill one by one, especially healthy men. I'm alive. She put so many exclamation marks. And then in capital, she says, but still, I wonder if some people have right to life than others. People who were killed in Rwanda in 1994 have had justice done for them. Until now, people are still being brought to justice. Again in capital, she writes, but can anyone explain to me why no one has ever brought to justice for this? I believe she said the massacre that took place in Congo. But she says, probably power count, but I believe in the eyes of God, we are all equal. That's how much it thanks. I've got a poem as well that was written by our colleague who couldn't be with us today, Ambrose Nzeimana, and it's a poem that he dedicated to the people who lost their lives in the DRC. The poem, he called it The Talking Face, and he had an image of a refugee woman. And in the poem says, a story in a face, that's what I saw. I heard about her among faceless faces. A story of a country split by a jigsaw. What an encounter led by evil goddess. 1,000 lives destroyed, the picture tells, all in a moment marked forever. Dead, alive she looks. How did this happen? Only the face knows. Humanity turns blind. I knew her before, young and full of life. I don't recognize her. Her past vaporized. A survivor for sure, from where millions dead share life with dead leaves. From where millions dead share life with dead leaves. A future not sure, unsecure for certain. Who cares? For talking face. She was 22, a century story she tells. The writing on the wall, the thorny talking faces. Thank you.